Hey Taurus, welcome to Taurus Wisdom Tarot. My name is Amber, and I welcome you whether you're new or you're returning. So we're going to get into it, see what's going on. We're going to tap into the Realist Oracle and see what's going on with you, Taurus. There we go. All right, Spirit, I ask that you cover this reading. I ask that you protect myself and the Taurus Collective as I channel the messages. I ask that any negative energy sent this way be returned to sender in love and light. I ask all these things, I say. Okay. Spirit, what messages do you have for the Taurus Collective? What messages do you have for the Taurus Collective? Today is Sunday, December 1st, 2024. Spirit, what messages do you have for the Taurus Collective? What messages do you have for the Taurus Collective? Shadow work. Shadow work. Any other messages for the Taurus Collective? I feel like with shadow work coming out, I feel like that's perfect, right? Because we're in that time of year where it's a very feminine, it's a very internal space to be in. And so this is the perfect time to be in a space of shadow work. This is a perfect time to be in your feels, be in your emotions. It is that time. So with shadow work being here, I feel like you are meeting different aspects of yourself and pulling it up to the table, putting it on the table, having this round table discussion with these aspects of yourself. Like there could be a lot of you could be talking to yourself a lot right now. And if you become more aware, and as you become more aware, you may notice which parts of you are talking, right? Sometimes it may be your little girl or your little boy talking, or it may be a new version of yourself talking or daydreaming. It could be an old version of yourself that's, coming back in to remind you of something or to try to pull you back into an old pattern. So with shadow work here, I'm automatically feeling that there's some internal work that's being done right now. You have in their shoes, and then there's grief. So yeah, there also could be a sense of maybe somebody feels remorse at this time. I'm hearing someone could have lost a loved one. There could have been a breakup. There like some type of a separation. This feels like a very reflective time for you right now, Taurus. You could be taking yourself out to dinner, taking yourself on a date because you're recognizing that maybe, if you're single, in order to manifest the type of partner that you'd want, you've got to treat yourself like that, right? So maybe you're doing things for yourself and with yourself that you maybe you've just recently felt the urge to do that. Yeah, I'm picking up a strong sense of like you are meeting aspects of yourself. And some of them may be familiar and some of them may not be familiar, but you're meeting these different like points of attraction within your own self. It's like, you know how people say they have alternative egos? I feel like you're meeting your other egos. I also feel like like the next version of yourself is also coming in and chiming in. So there is like this dying of yourself that's also happening, which is why maybe grief is here. Is because you are grieving old reflections. Maybe you're grieving old versions of yourself. Somebody could be 37 years old. Someone could, their birthday could be the 13th of May. The number 18 could be significant. Your birthday could be the 10th of May. Yeah, 7 of Cups. Yeah, you're definitely looking at, it's like almost being in a, I just saw like one of those crazy mirror houses, like when you walk in and you don't know which way to go because you see yourself in all the mirrors, but you see different angles of yourself regardless of where you're looking. I feel like that's what the 7 of Cups is confirming here. It's like there's something in every single cup, right? So there's these different aspects of yourself that you're becoming more and more familiar with. Any other messages, Spirit? Give me clarification on in their shoes. You have the Tower card in the reverse. So it does show, like what I'm seeing with the Tower card here, there is an aspect of you that's trying to hold on for dear life. Like there's a part of you that's trying to uphold some type of structure, some type of mental, cognitive structure that has proven in the past to protect you. So it's like this idea of like, I don't want to let go. I don't want to release. I don't want to see what I've built to crumble. And I feel like that aspect of yourself is like that's where the shadow work is in. That's where that's coming in. It's like, okay, but is it time to let that part go? Right? Are you are you do you trust the divine enough to replace whatever needs to go with something better? You are you do you trust enough to actually receive what you say that you want? You got the Queen of Swords clarifying grief. Yeah, I feel like you're being faced with truth right now. And I feel like there's an aspect. So, like, okay, when I say these aspects of yourself, like if you ever notice when like you're thinking to yourself, if you ever pay attention, there's different parts of you that show up and have conversations with other parts of you. Some people may try to deem that as being, you know, for those that outwardly express it, they may deem that as being bipolar or schizophrenic, right? I'm not saying that this is a diagnosis at all, but I do feel like there are parts of bipolar and schizophrenia that it's just a different way of expressing what's going on internally, right? But I do feel here that there are these different aspects of you that are having conversations with the other. And the truth is being presented from your future self. I feel like some of you have tapped in to a future version of yourself that you actually are aspiring to be. And so that version of yourself is coming in and giving you downloads, right? The next version of yourself is trying to show you how to level up, how to get to the next mark, right? How to close this chapter and move into the next chapter. And this is what you say you want, right? So this is the divine trying to show you that you've got what you need already. There is an aspect of you that's trying to show you how to get there. And I think that with the Queen of Swords clarifying the grief card, that is the confirmation. It feels like it's the confirmation of, how do I say this? It's the confirmation of Spirit is spitting truth right now. Spirit is showing you in so many different ways truths that maybe, I'm not going to say you're not ready to see, because you wouldn't create something that you're not ready to have and receive, right? But Spirit is showing you what parts of yourself need to go. And that's why the Queen of Swords is clarifying the grief card, because you're grieving. There are parts of you that are grieving old versions of yourself. And you have to realize and remember is that your ego will try to hold on to ideas and roles and possessions and environments, because it's familiar, because it's comfortable, because that's what it's been ingrained to know. The ego can only take on what it has been impressed upon with. So this is divine telling you that, hey, I'm giving you access to that version of yourself that you say you want to be. I'm giving you access, and I'm sending you messages, and I'm giving you downloads on how to become that person. But these other parts of you, you're going to have to integrate them. You're going to have to release and integrate. And if you do find yourself grieving, that is fine. That is a part of the process. But Spirit is also reminding you that grievance, give me the words. Grievance is something that you opt in and opt out of. It's inevitable to experience, but it's something that you opt in and opt out of. Spirit is saying, be mindful that your grievance doesn't overtake your glow up, your elevation. Don't let the grievance overshadow keeping you stuck in old ways. Don't let it steal the opportunity to catapult your life forward, to actually have and receive what it is. 1333 on the clock as I looked up. Don't let it steal away like the best that's yet to come. All right, we'll do one more shuffle. I'm going to get some more confirmation. Clarify more of the shadow work in Seven of Cups. You got the strength card in reverse. Yeah, I do feel like there's this there it does feel like indecision. Like it's almost like walking a tightrope. Like if you look at the shadow work card, it's split in the center, right? So there's this you may be feeling split. You may be feeling almost kind of isolated off from yourself, which in return would make sense as to why the strength card comes out in reverse, because you're not really feeling self-confident. There may be some self-doubt at play here as you learn to manage these aspects of yourself. Yeah, there's internal fight and struggle that's going on here. There is a fight though. There is a fight that's going on within you. There's a battle, there's an internal battle that's going on within you with the 7 of Wands here. And I strongly believe that the new version, the version of yourself that you want to be, I strongly believe that version is going to win. You're going to be able to take a step back and receive the downloads and the information and the intelligence that's needed and the support that's needed to move forward, to create what it is that you're wanting to create, the kind of life that you want. You're going to get through this shadow period. You're going to be successful. Wow, the 5 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like shadow work can feel very chaotic. It can feel very chaotic. 17 on the clock. Yeah, shadow work can feel very chaotic. And I'm also picking up like a sense of betrayal. Like like there are parts of you, it's almost like your ego could almost feel betrayed. Like it feels betrayed by from itself. You know, if that makes sense. Like your ego feels betrayed. Clarify in their shoes and the tower. And the tower card in reverse. Clarify in their shoes and the tower card in reverse. You got the 9 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, there's like a cowardness. So earlier, yeah, so that makes sense. So thank you, Spirit. So with the Tower card in reverse, there's like this avoidance energy, right? Like I don't want to see what what has been built crumble. 9 of Wands in reverse, to clarify in their shoes in the Tower card in reverse, it's showing cowardness. Like there is something that scares you. What's scaring Taurus? What has Taurus hesitant about letting go and stepping into the new version of themselves? What has Taurus scared and hesitant about stepping into the new version of themselves and letting go? The work, 8 of Pentacles. You're concerned if you're going to get where you're trying to go, if you're going to be able to maintain what you get. Some of you all may just feel tired as well. Like you just feel like you need a break. Like, I'm tired of always doing this work. I'm tired of always doing the shadow work. Like it can get tiring doing the shadow work. Yeah, the Four of Cups in reverse and the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck and the Seven of Swords reverse. Yeah. I feel like somebody is tired. I feel like someone's tired, and that is where the hesitation is coming. Like, it's like all my life is what I'm hearing. Like, there's just been this struggle since, right? There's been this struggle that you've opted into somehow, some way, whether it was, taught to you to live struggle life, right? Because some of us are taught certain things, some of us adopt certain beliefs and systems in order to survive. And then some of us create systems and beliefs in our lives to survive. What else is going on with In Their Shoes and the Tower card in reverse? Sorry, my dog is barking at people. I'm also hearing Spirit says, in this existence, there's going to be work that needs to be done. Like that's how we bring things into the physical reality. That's why it takes time for things to show up sometimes in this reality, because it's dense here. It can be heavy here, but it requires masculine energy. And sometimes that work is outside of ourselves. It's an external thing. Now, I don't feel as though right now we're speaking so much on an external energy. I really feel this is a very feminine energy. This is a very internal energy that I'm picking up on right now. Somebody is in the depths of themselves. Someone is meeting parts of themselves that they've never met before. Yeah. Hangman comes out. Someone is looking at things from a different vantage point, a different viewpoint. You could be receiving lots of downloads right now. Not only from the future version of yourself, but from like all of the aspects that are showing up here. Clarify the grief card and the Queen of Swords. You got the Knight of Cups. Clarify the Knight of Cups. The Five of Cups. Oh. So some of you are grieving because you feel like there's been missed opportunities. And the grievance is coming from like regret and self-blaming. Like, maybe you miss that, you feel as though you've missed some offerings, some opportunities that have come in. And it makes sense with the Tower card here in reverse. But it there's this energy of like there's sadness because of a missed opportunity. Give me more clarity on the Knight of Cups and the Five of Cups. The Three of Cups. See, betrayal is coming up again. So there's also this like obsessive energy that I just felt come in the sense of it takes me back to the ego. It takes me back to the ego is obsessively, like hopelessly trying to hang on to something that no longer serves you. And that's why the Five of Cups is here and the Knight of Cups is here, because maybe there have been opportunities that have been missed in the past. And there is a grievance around that, right? There's a grievance around letting go of old constructs. Someone could be drinking a lot while navigating this shadow work, because you got the Three of Cups here, and then you got, they're sitting there on the shadow work card. I don't know if you can see it, but there's two glasses of wine, and then you got the Seven of Cups, which also shows that someone could be self-soothing with alcohol. Clarify the Queen of Swords and the Grief card more for me, please, Spirit. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so what I'm hearing here is with the Nine of Pentacles, Spirit is saying that you can actually enjoy this process of shadow work. It doesn't have to be something that, yes, there will be heavy moments. Yes, there will be deep introspection. Yes, there will be healing and um um just like those uncomfortable feelings. Yes, that will come up, but when that flows away, you don't have to grab a hold of it, be obsessed with it. You don't have to stay in a space of sadness. With the Nine of Pentacles here, it's also showing like this is an opportunity for self-care as well. This is one of the ways that you can love on yourself and show yourself that you accept and integrate and will bring together all aspects of yourself. Like, this is a beautiful opportunity to accept self. This is a part of self mastery. What is this? You got the Tower card again in reverse. You have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Eight of Cups in reverse, the Tower card in reverse, and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, the energy is a little heavy today. This energy is pretty heavy. Because the Eight of Cups, it's like this refusal to move on, move forward. It just, I'm picking up this energy of like someone's really in their emotional space and in like a very heavy, self-blaming, low confident space. There's like this very scarcity type energy, this self-blaming type energy. And Spirit, I feel like Spirit is saying, you can navigate that space this way with that energy, but this is also a great opportunity for self-love. Like, as you're feeling and noticing these darker aspects of yourself, how can you still love you? How can you still love on you? One more clarity card. The Queen of Pentacles. Wow. So yes, I love that. Nine of Pentacles to Queen of Pentacles. So this is your energy here, Taurus. So yeah, so Spirit is saying like tap into your sensuality for self. Like, how do you feel into your sensuality, right? Not for another person or for a relationship, but how do you tap into the sensuality energy to nurture, heal, and love on self. Because that's what's needing to happen here. Spirit is not showing you all these aspects of yourself and asking you to do this shadow work to beat yourself up. Spirit is revealing these aspects of yourself and these truths about yourself so that you can accept self more, so that you can love on self more, so that you can integrate these aspects of yourself, right? Some of you all are looking for spiritual growth. Some of you all are on an intentional spiritual path and journey and want to get the work. You want to get the lessons. Spirit is saying that in this time, in this shadow period, how can you love on yourself by accepting yourself? When you recognize that you have a way about yourself that maybe have negatively influenced or affected situations in the past, how can you accept that part of yourself and just acknowledge that as being a part of you? Now, also knowing that because you are a divine being and you're powerful, you don't have to tap into that aspect of yourself just because you acknowledge it. You have the power to not tap into that aspect of yourself, not vibrate on that frequency, right? So becoming aware of self doesn't mean you throw self away. It means that you love self, you bring self in, you nurture self, you care for self, you understand self a little bit more. What's the closeout message for the Taurus Collective? You got the Four of Wands. The Ace of Swords in reverse. And the Four of Swords. So you got the Four of Wands, the Ace of Swords in reverse, and the Four of Swords. So with the Four of Swords, the Four of Wands here, that goes to show me, and I'm going to break it down like this. So the Four and the Four. So the Four of Wands and the Four of Swords means that this is a time to take a break. It's time to meditate. It's time to be internal. It's time to do the shadow work. It is a time to feel into your emotions and use them as waves of wisdom. Use them as waves of wisdom and intel to who you are on a deeper level. These emotions that are going to come up are here to guide you and support you and to help you become more. Okay, sorry about that. My phone died, but I'm going to finish out this message. So, I was speaking on the Four of Wands and the Four of Swords, and I was speaking on the sense of how this time is to show you and give you more intel about yourself. Um, it is it's an assignment that your soul set out to accomplish. That's why it's showing up. 4-4, you may want to look up the meaning of 4-4 or what the meaning of 4 is, and when it shows up double, how that energy is, duplicated, right? It's more powerful. Your angel numbers may be 4-4, but this time is to show you more of who you are. And some of what's going to show up is going to be information that you need so that you can navigate differently moving forward, because where you're trying to go, you can't be who you used to be. So then you also have the Ace of Swords in reverse. This is not a time for planning, is what I'm hearing. This is not a time for planning. This is a time for feeling. This is a time for riding the waves and understanding that it's still okay. This is not a time to plan. This is not a time to fight either. This is not a time to make threats, is what I'm hearing. This is not a time to fight yourself. This is a time to embrace yourself. This is not a time to be so logical and in your head either. This is an emotional space to navigate and to be in. And I feel like if you try to force yourself out of these emotional spaces so that you can feel like you have some type of control again, your thoughts are not going to be as clear as they would be if you would just ride the waves. I'm hearing the wisdom's going to come from the water. The wisdom's going to come from the water. So I'm also hearing like there's like intelligence that are in your tears. There's a chemical makeup, but not only is there a chemical makeup, there's an energetic field around each tear that you shed. There is intelligence in your tears. Is there anything else, Spirit? I'm also hearing that there is no bad timing. There is no time frame either. Spirit says, you'll know when it's time to move into logical thinking again. But what I'm hearing right now is there's wisdom in the water. There's wisdom in the tears. There's the waves of wisdom. It's time to feel again. It's time to embrace every motion. Embrace every aspect of self. You don't have to fight and you don't have to think. Spirit says just feel. Taurus, that is what I have for you. I send you peace. I send you light. I send you love. And until next time, bye.